clean this up?
Gosh, I don't know, and it's very, very troubling. And I have to say that I was one of the very first when we were several months ago saying we probably should appoint an independent counsel. But I've come to the conclusion Mr. Mueller was the last person in the country we should have appointed. He has ties and connections all through these people that he was supposed to investigate. And honestly, for him to be credible, he has to be viewed as being fair. And the more we learn from him, the more concerned I am about this.
Well, the more concerned, frankly, Congressman, a lot of people are that this investigation is turning into a witch hunt. It's run by people that hate Donald Trump, that have proved their hatred in emails and texts and all sorts of ways.
And not only that, but they're hiding it. That's the thing that troubles us most. DOJ, FBI, they're hiding it. We've been trying to get this information on Mr. Strzok for months now. And it wasn't until over the weekend when we finally threatened to hold them in contempt that they leak some of this information to the press and then come to us and say, oh yeah, sure, here's the information you need and we'll make these people available to you. We've been pushing them for months to have access to them.
And of course, Congressman, the irony there is that right now, since the collusion charge didn't get the opposition to President Trump anywhere, now they're pushing the obstruction charge. And if anybody's obstructing justice, it's the Justice Department themselves who are not providing you with the information that would show that their investigation is biased.
There's no question that's true. And the American people should be so deeply offended by that. If there's anyone we should trust, it should be FBI and the director of the FBI. If there's anyone that we can trust, it should be Mr. Mueller. He is put in a special position of trust. And I'm not sure that they have lived up to this. In fact, I can assure you that some of the senior directors and the senior leadership of the FBI have not lived up to that trust.
So, Congressman, what happens now? What do you do?
Well, we continue to press. And if we have to hold them in contempt, we will. I was talking to them.
By the way, we saw how the last Attorney General dealt with contempt of Congress. He just ignored it. Do you think that they're going to do the same this time?
Well, that's what I was just about to say, and I'm only half kidding on this. And I said when they come to the Hill, we should arrest them. Because I think the previous Attorney General wore it as a badge of honor that he was found in contempt. And Congress has to be more willing to enforce our authority, to enforce our prerogatives as the people's house. And we are looking at options that are available to us to make it so it's not a toothless contempt. But they should be ashamed of themselves to be found in contempt. They should be ashamed of themselves that they haven't responded.
Congressman, I'm sorry, but I think most Americans now believe there is no shame inside the Beltway. Zero.
None.
And there hasn't been for a long time. But we thank you for pressing. Congressman, thank you also for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Chris Stewart.
Thank you.
A dangerous wildfire that is twice the size of Manhattan,
Wow.
and it's spreading by the minute. Thousands of homes and businesses are in the line of fire. We have a live report from Southern California.